Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be trying out the new makeup I bought at the Sephora sale. If you saw my last video, I shared a haul with you of everything that I picked up. We're going to try out a bunch of that stuff today. I can't try every single thing. I have a few eyeshadows, so I can't try them all. But most of what I only have one of each, so we have a lot to try. The Ciele Skin Tint, the Gucci Concealer, the new Anastasia highlighter, a new Patrick Ta blush, and lots of eyeshadows also. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I cannot wait. If you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube. I hope you'll subscribe and stick around. And let's just get started. All right, we're going to get started with this new skin tint tinted serum from Ciele. I keep seeing things about this all over my Instagram, YouTube. I just had to try it. I'm very, very curious. I got the shade light number 3. I was actually looking this up on the Sephora app because now apparently the app is working now. I was on it earlier. It actually says that you can get a medium coverage out of this. I was not expecting that. I thought it would definitely be more of like a light coverage, but they claim you can build it up to medium. So let's just get into it. I'm not doing any primer or anything like that. I didn't buy one anyway. So we're just gonna go right into this. I have already applied my SPF. I used the Skin 1004 that I love, and I applied that like 30 minutes ago. So we're just gonna go right in with this. This does have SPF 50, which is very intriguing. And I was saying in my haul video, this reminds me of the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint. I think that one is SPF 40, but when I put it on the back of my hand when I was testing it out in that haul, that's kind of what it reminds me of. So this is what the bottle looks like. It's really nice, really, really heavy. It does have the lovely dropper that I wish would go away, but it just won't. I think this is supposed to have good skincare ingredients also. Let's see, it's a natural finish, so it shouldn't be ultra glowy, hopefully. Medium coverage. It has niacinamide, bisabolol, calms and brightens, visibly reduces redness, and allantoin. I have no idea. I've never heard of these things, but apparently it's supposed to be good for your skin. So we'll just go for it. Actually, this dropper looks so similar to the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Serum Tint. The dropper looks almost identical to that. So it's very, very runny, as you can see. And again, this is shade number 3. It says you can apply with a brush or a sponge or your fingers. So I'm gonna do a brush because I'm a brush person. Okay, it feels pretty thin actually, much thinner than the Ilia. If you've ever tried that one, it's a pretty thick product. Has kind of an interesting smell too, which I'm not like a huge fan of. This has no smell, which is good. Okay, I have a good bit left on the back of my hand, but I'm just gonna start with this. Wow, that is a good shade match. Holy moly. You like can't even see that at all when I blend it in. Wow. I love it when that happens, when you get something and it's like that spot on in terms of the shade. Normally I do my under eye corrector before this, but I figured we'll just do this first and then I'll wait and do that when we try the Gucci concealer. So this is blending in really, really nicely and very, very easily. And honestly, it's covering more than I was thinking it was going to. All right, I'm gonna get just what's left on the back of my hand and kind of work it in to the brush and see how buildable this is, because it does say in the description that it's buildable. All right, so I'm just taking what's left on the back of my hand and seeing how much coverage I can get here. Very dewy. I would say at this point, this looks like glowier than a natural finish to me, unless it really does kind of set down a bit, so we'll see. But as of now, I would say this is more glowy. Yeah, I think it built up the coverage slightly. I would say this is like light medium. I don't know that you would get medium coverage from this. I mean, I guess if you really, really applied a good bit of it, maybe, because it does give some coverage, but I wouldn't say medium. It just looks like really hydrated skin to me. Let's give it, I don't know, I'll just wait like 5 minutes and see if it sets down at all. But yeah, I do think it's definitely more than a natural finish in terms of how glowy this is. Light medium coverage. I don't know that I would agree with the medium. All right, it's been 5 minutes or so. I feel like it's toned down in terms of the shine just a little bit, but I still feel like it's very, very glowy. But the thing about me is I have a really hydrating skincare routine, morning skincare routine, and I feel like a lot of these products that claim to be natural finish, on me they end up looking more glowy, but it's because my skin is pretty glowy to start with, so it's almost like I have to pair them with a more mattifying primer to kind of counteract that. But anyway, it looks really pretty, it's just very glowy. So let's move on to concealer. This might be what I'm most excited about. I had to try this Gucci concealer, the multi-use longwear buildable coverage concealer. I was actually looking on the Sephora app a minute ago, and they say this is full coverage. I don't know why I wasn't thinking this was full coverage either, but anyway, we will see. So it's the cutest concealer ever, one of them. I mean, how cute with these flowers. I got the shade 25N. I talked about in my haul, I would recommend, if you can, going to a store and looking at the shades if you're wanting to try this, because I feel like this is going to be a good shade. Hopefully it is. The shades on this is possibly one of the most confusing shade ranges in a concealer that I've seen in a very long time. They're all over the place. Most of the neutrals, apart from this one, don't look neutral at all. The warm shades look cooler. Some of them look warm, but some of them look cool. And then the cool shades, some of them look cool, but a lot of them look warm. So I don't know. I don't know. But this is the shade 25N. All right, I am gonna use color corrector because this is how I would wear this concealer. So I'm using Bobbi Brown corrector stick in the shade Bisque. All right, let's go in with the concealer. I don't know, it might be a little bit dark. The consistency is definitely more on the thin side, definitely not a thick feeling concealer at all. I'm gonna use a clean Sigma F03 and just start blending this in. Okay, it blended in really quick. I don't love a super brightening concealer. I've never really liked that on myself, so that doesn't bother me. I don't want it to be too dark, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell here. I would say this is definitely not full coverage. I'm not sure where they're getting full coverage from because I have corrector on under this and I still feel like, I mean, it looks good, but I can still see a little bit of my darkness peeking through, so I definitely don't think it's full coverage at all. And the consistency, you can kind of even tell when you just put it on the back of your hand. You can kind of tell if a formula is more, I was gonna say see-through, but not really, just more sheer. This is very, very thin. All right, I'm gonna add, actually it's even thinner now that I swipe it on my face. It's super thin. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of this to the center of my face. And I also looked at the shade 24 in when I was in store, and 24 in was, I want to say, darker than 25 in, and it was more yellow. So I don't know, guys. I really don't. This is a very, very odd shade range. What do we think? I think the color's okay. It's not perfect. It might be a little bit on the dark side, but it's not bad. But yeah, this is absolutely not full coverage. I mean, I didn't really build it up and try to get a ton, but I don't think with the way the formula is, you can tell it's not a full coverage just by the swatch. But I mean, it looks okay. It looks all right. We are going to use some powder now because we are way too glowy. So we're going to set my face with this. This is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Matte Velvet Powder. And this is technically powder foundation, but I'm just going to use it lightly and try to set my face with it. I guess we'll use this brush. I love this brush, and I'm pretty sure Sephora discontinued it. I don't know why, but the number 55, I really like this brush for powder. Last time I looked for it online, it was clearanced, which is usually not a good sign. On Sephora, I'll look and see if I can find it again, but it's just a really good size for powder if you want a fluffier brush, but not something too big. I find a lot of powder brushes are too large, but let's just try this out. I have the shade 1 in 10 in the powder. Okay, wow. Do you see how little powder I just applied, and that just took that shine way, way down? I am gonna set my whole face because we're gonna use a powder bronzer and I don't want anything weird happening with the finish. So I think the shade on this is spot on because I can't see it at all on my skin. Obviously, I'm not getting a lot of coverage from it, but I'm using a brush that's not really meant for powder foundation, and I'm barely getting any product. Could definitely get more coverage from this if you applied more, but that really did just tone down the shine without like totally looking like it sucked all the moisture out of my skin. Oh, okay, I really like that. I like that more than I was expecting. I will obviously continue to use it in different ways, but I like it this way. I feel like I'll use this a lot with lighter coverage products. Martina Lily was telling me that's how she uses it a lot, so I will probably use it for that too. Okay, moving on to bronzer. We're gonna try this Fenty Sun Stalk'r bronzer in the shade Inda Sun. So this is the lightest shade in the Fenty bronzer. I saw Kelly Gooch talking about this, how this is like her holy grail bronzer. And if you watch my haul, I was saying in that video that powder bronzer is the one thing I feel like I've never found like the one. I found ones that I like, but I haven't found the one, like the one that I just absolutely love and I will always have. I definitely have with cream bronzers, but not really with powders. I don't know, I have a feeling this might work for me. I'm gonna use this, I don't even know if this is a good brush to use with it, but this is the Refer 05. This is looking promising. So it's obviously just a matte bronzer, or maybe not obviously, it is a matte bronzer. So there's no shimmer or anything in it, but It's blending and applying really well, actually. Something else too is obviously I'm not applying cream bronzer underneath this today. Normally I do apply cream bronzer, but since we're trying new products and I didn't buy a new cream bronzer, I just kind of wanted to use this on its own. Over the top of a cream, obviously it's gonna appear a little bit darker also, but I don't know, this kind of looks very natural, which I like. Not that if you're really fair, you can't use a darker bronzer and just use a lighter hand with it. You definitely can. It's just sometimes you kind of want a bronzer that you don't have to be careful with. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on to the Patrick Ta blush in She's Wanted. I am very excited to try this color. I'm a little bit nervous though because it is a very deep shade. I really want to use his brush with this. It's a little bit dirty, but I just kind of cleaned it off, so hopefully it's okay. I'm going to go into the powder first with the fluffy end. I just kind of tapped in there and tapped off on my hand. Gosh, that is such a pretty shade. Very, very pigmented, but what a pretty color. Definitely very pigmented though, so I am gonna take my foundation brush and just kind of tap over it a little bit, but that is such a beautiful blush color. You literally need like no product though, if you're my skin tone on your brush. This brush is also really nice. I think it's out of stock now on Sephora, but if you happen to see it in store or you get it online, it's really nice. Yeah, you can totally pull it off if you have lighter skin. You just kind of have to tap it off, but wow. I love that color. Okay, I'm gonna take just like one little tap of the cream. Kind of doing the same thing. I'm kind of tapping it off because I don't want a lot of it, but just kind of adding it right here in this front area. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is about that color, but I just love it. I love it. I'm so glad. I almost didn't get this because I was like, well, it's probably too dark for me. I probably can't make it work, but wow, that is beautiful, that color. All right, let's move on with highlight. So I got the new one from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I also got the Diamond Balm from Fenty. I'm gonna save the Fenty one. I want to use this one, the Anastasia in the shade Sun Idol. If you watched the haul that I did swatch this next to the Amrezy highlighter that was so popular a few years ago. They are different. They're similar, but they are different. The Amrezy is a little bit less warm. This one is more gold. Amrezy is a little bit more, it's not silvery, but I feel like it has a bit of a silvery tone that this does not have. So it's just not as warm, but they are similar. Okay, let's just try this out. I cannot believe how like thick this packaging is. It looks like an oatmeal cream pie. Do you like oatmeal cream pies? I do. I do. I'm gonna use, I think this brush. This is the Rare Beauty highlight brush, actually. Very pretty. I already had some glow, obviously, from the other products we've been applying, but I used to have the Anastasia highlighter brush. I don't know what happened to it, but I guess I don't have it anymore. I feel like I need to look up close in my mirror here. Yeah, that's really pretty. When you swatch it, It has, or it looks like it has really, really fine shimmer particles in it, but on the skin, you really don't see it, honestly. I mean, maybe if you look like really close, but it looks not natural, but it looks like it is very well blended into the skin. I think this only comes in one shade. I don't know how this would be on like every single skin tone. And it's, I mean, it's a look. It's very, very glowy, but very pretty. Moving on to brows, I did get the Anastasia Brow Powder Duo to try out. I can't wait to try this. I've just been loving the look of powdered brows lately, so I'm excited to try this out. I also used to own the Anastasia brow brush, but I guess I don't anymore, or it's lost because I can't find it. So I'm just going to use this one. This is actually the Patrick Ta brow brush. And this is my first time using this, so I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to take the darker shade and I'm going to start by brushing the brows down. And oh, okay, a lot of pigment. This is just one of those products that's been around so long, but I have never tried it. I've only ever used, actually never tried the brow pomade from Anastasia either. I've only ever used the pencils. What is it? The Brow Wiz. That's literally like all I've ever used. I think this color is actually going to be perfection for my brows. I don't know what it is. Ever since I got that Rare Beauty brow product, the Brow Duo, I've just loved the look of powdered eyebrows. I like natural looking brows. I mean, I like them filled in, but I don't like blocky looking brows where like you can't see any texture in them or anything. I like something that looks natural but filled in, you know? I'm gonna switch to the lighter shade. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get today. Definitely have to practice a little bit, but I do like overall how that looks in my brows. I feel like anytime you like switch up a brow product, it takes a minute to really figure it out, but I love the soft look. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadow. So I have a few things. I have the YSL Mini Couture Clutch Palette in the shade 300. I also have the Pat McGrath in Bronze Ecstasy, and then I have one of the Merit Cream Shadows in Viper. I really want to use all of it, but I can't use all of it. So if you saw the haul, you saw this already. I've already swatched it and everything, but this is what the Pat McGrath palette looks like. I think I'm going to use YSL because I've used Pat McGrath eyeshadows before. I have never used YSL eyeshadow before, so I think I'm going to go for that, but I will use this in an upcoming video. So let's go into this. This is the shade Kasbah Spices. Kasbah Spices. And I did swatch this yesterday, but this just makes me happy just looking at it. I mean, how pretty is that? You do get to, cracks me up, these luxury brands still put these in here. I guess somebody out there is using them. I'm going to use a MAC 217, and I'm going to go into the creamy beigey color right there. There's a lot of kick up on these. I did prime my eyes with the Rare Beauty eye primer, but I did not set it. So I'm just applying that beigey shade all over. This is pretty close to my skin tone, so not gonna see a whole lot here. I'm gonna use the brown, the warm brown right here. And I'm using, there is a lot of fallout on these. I wasn't expecting that. the 212 from BK Beauty. But this formula, I could tell when I was swatching it the other day, like it is the creamiest, most buttery finish. I mean, I'm barely doing anything with the brush at all, and it's just like gliding on. Oh no, now I have a feeling I'm gonna want another color. I don't know what to say other than they apply and blend beautifully. I'm gonna go into the brown right here now and just apply this in this outer corner. I used a fluffy, like smaller crease brush for that shade, so didn't get a whole lot of color there, but you could definitely use a shade or a brush that's more dense and get more. This is the A502 from BK Beauty. Is it neutral? Yes. Is it very, very basic? Yes. Do I care? No. Okay, and then we're gonna use, of course, the topper right here and put that everywhere that I don't have any other color, and yeah. Beautiful. So nice, so just easy. I'm gonna run the warm brown here on or under the eye. And then I'm gonna take just one little tap of the dark brown and just put that right in this outer corner. Just a little. Yeah, beautiful, neutral quad. Yeah, if you like this kind of thing, they really nailed it with these. The formula is impeccable, very beautifully just creamy velvety eyeshadows I love so much. They feel so similar to the Pat McGrath, these Pat McGrath shadows in here. And surprisingly, that topper I don't even have any fallout from the topper, which is very impressive because I used my finger. Okay, so I finished with some mascara. I used the Tower 28 today, and then I applied a little bit of this Mario brown eyeliner in my waterline. And now we're gonna finish up with the lips. So I got two Makeup by Mario lip liners and an Hourglass Phantom Glossy Balm. Yeah. So I got two of the Mario liners. Maybe we'll use both of them. Okay, so I have the shade Hugh and the shade Travis. Very different. Hugh is that one, Travis is that one. So Travis is more brown, it's much darker. Hugh is more of a pinky mauve-y color. I'm gonna go in with Hugh first, and then maybe we'll use a little bit of Travis. Okay, so there's Hugh. Hugh is very close to my lip color. And I never use colors like Travis, but I see people using it and it looks good on other people, but I don't know. I'm just adding a little bit like right in the center. Then I'm gonna take the little lip brush that comes with his lip liners and just kind of go over it a little. I never utilize these brushes on the other end, and I need to. All right, and then I have the Hourglass Balm in the shade Rise, which is just a really light kind of beigey pink, but I think it should be pretty with these liners. So that is Rise right there. I've never used this formula from Hourglass. Oh. Did I just find a new favorite lip combo? Okay, this feels, I'm trying to think what this is most similar to. So it gives the same kind of effect as the YSL Candy Glaze. It's thinner feeling than the Mario Moisture Glows, but I feel like it's similar to the YSL, the Candy Glaze, but even thinner. This almost feels like a little bit of a gloss and an oil in one. All right, you guys, that is it. That is everything we're gonna try today. Let's go through these products. I feel like we didn't find many duds today, I feel. Yeah. So we'll just start from the beginning. The Skin Tint from Ciele. I like this. I like it. I don't think this is gonna work for everyone, which most makeup does not, but I definitely think if you have dry skin, I think this is gonna be your new best friend. I will say, I think this is a better version of the Hourglass Skin Tint. If you watched my recommendations video, you might have noticed I did not include the Hourglass in my recommendations. I know a lot of people have been loving that one. I bought it when it came out, tried it. That product is too glowy, too moisturizing for me. The only way I can get that to look not just overly like oily is to not put any skincare at all on my face, including no SPF. And that's not gonna happen. The Hourglass has no SPF, so you would at least have to pair it with that. This is not an Hourglass video, but I figured I would just put this out there. This is a better version of that. You get SPF 50 and you get more coverage with this as well, without it being a ton of coverage. So if you were thinking about the Hourglass, I might direct you to this. However, I would say if you have really oily skin, I would skip both. I don't think you're gonna like either one. I think it's probably gonna be too much. And I don't know how this wears. Obviously, I've not worn it before. The one thing I will say about the Hourglass Skin Tint is it wears really well, actually, in terms of just longevity. It lasts on your skin. It's just too much for me. It's too much in terms of hydration and glow, in my opinion. So of the two, I would definitely recommend this. I'll have to see how it wears, but I do think it's very pretty. On me, it's definitely more of a glowy finish, not a natural finish. Again, it could be just my skincare underneath. So if you have drier skin type and you don't do a ton of hydrating skin prep underneath, it might be more of a matte or more of a natural finish, but I do like it and I'm excited to keep trying it. All right, the Gucci concealer. It is okay. I'm not blown away by it. I definitely think based on the first impression, I'm gonna like my Natasha Denona concealer better than this one. I think I'm probably gonna prefer House Labs over this one, but what I will say is it is laying really nicely under my eyes. I did not set it, so this is just how it looks on its own with the corrector underneath. And it looks nice, but it is not full coverage. So if you're looking for full coverage, do not get this thinking it is gonna be that, because I just don't see how this is gonna get you a full coverage, but it is nice. It's very pretty and I like how it looks. It's not a full coverage though. Okay, this powder, I have a feeling I'm gonna really like this a lot. I feel like I'm gonna utilize this a lot. And I feel like this is the perfect product to pair with that Ciele Skin Tint because it is so glowy. It's a lighter coverage product, so something like this is really nice to pair with that. And this shade 1N10 is really good, really good. So yeah, I'm excited to keep using this. I like it. It definitely did mattify, not in a bad way. You know how sometimes if you apply a matte powder like this with coverage and pigment, it can look a little much, like a little heavy, like you can see it sitting on your skin. I don't feel that way at all with this. And the Fenty bronzer, you guys. Yes, it is subtle, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. My hair is kind of hiding some of it, but I feel like, especially if I had a cream underneath, I like it. The formula is nice. It's very velvety, just very easy to apply. I enjoyed it. So I'm excited to keep using that and let you know, but it looks better than I thought it was going to. It looks very natural, but I like natural looking makeup anyway, so that's fine. The blush. Okay. Can we just say, this blush, I love this color. No wonder this color has been out of stock, because if my skin tone can wear this, then I think any skin tone can probably wear it. Yeah, this is an absolutely beautiful color. If you see this in stock and you like blush, I would probably pick this up. This is a beautiful color. I don't have anything like this in my collection. I'm so glad that I got it. Let's see, what else did we try? Oh, the Anastasia brow powder. I love actually how my brows look today. I feel like this was really easy. Really nice, really natural. The medium brown shade is perfect for my brow color. The only thing I've had that's like this is the Rare Beauty. And that one is actually a little bit more of a pomade. This is like a true just powder. So I'm excited to have this and keep using it. The highlighter. I mean, the highlighter is beautiful, you guys. It is there though. It's very glowy, but it is not glittery. I don't know if it will come off on camera, but it gives extreme shine. So if you're not into that, this is not a natural looking highlighter. It's natural in the sense that it doesn't have big chunks of glitter in it, but it's there. It gives you a glow. So if you don't want that, maybe skip that. But if you like that, it's pretty. It's pretty. The eyeshadow. Okay, I definitely did not do myself any favors with this, because now I want another one. I want the Storadol shade, the number 100. I think there are 4 of these or 5 of them, maybe. I can't remember, but yeah. I mean, it's a neutral quad. Do we all have neutral quads? Yes. But this formula, I wish I knew exactly how to describe it, but it's just so creamy and smooth and just luxe feeling and looking on your eyes. And I mean, this is just a perfect eye look right here. You could do so quick and look like you've actually spent a lot of time on your eye makeup. So yeah, don't be shocked if you see me with another one of these, because I think I'm in love. The lip combo, I'm just gonna say, I think this might be one of my favorite lip combos ever in the history of lip combos on my channel. I don't know, I guess it's just the combination of the colors, but actually this Travis lip liner, obviously I didn't go ham with it and apply it all over, but applied just a little here and here mixed with that Hugh color. Is so pretty. So pretty. I'm glad I bought this. And this on top, I mean, I hope it picks up on camera how pretty it is, because in person, I can't stop looking at it. And this was the shade Rise. And this, again, I don't think, now I want another color of this. We didn't find many duds today, you guys. I am really happy with these products for the most part. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I will have everything listed and linked for you below as always. They are affiliate links, so I do make a commission that supports this channel if you shop through them. Let me know what you think of these products. Did you pick up any of these things? Let me know in the comments. This was so much fun. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll subscribe if you have not already. Follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1, and I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.